Mixin' Fixin' Sports. Coming up, we'll see running back Joe Mixon coming off a 100-yard performance. With that, let's get on up to Jacksonville. Standing by for the call, it's our broadcast team of Brandon Godden.
295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, look, some might say that football is a young man's fancy, so to speak, but don't tell that to these two quarterbacks because they come in here with a lot, and I mean a lot, of NFL experience.
Hey, I like the young Turks. I like the Baker Mayfields. I like the Patrick Mahomes. I like the Lamar Jacksons. But I do like those grizzled veterans who know how to play the game, know how to run their team, and know how to handle difficult situations. Maybe I'm just showing my age, too.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They will be led out by their veteran quarterback now in his 16th season from NC State, Phillip Rivers.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stand an even take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field. Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, and he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. To throw, it's Breeze. This goes to Mack on the check down. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yard.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy. And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make. Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. Now Breeze. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Ty Montgomery. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game. Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us? Absolutely. With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed. And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Closer. Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Rivers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender,
You've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw over the middle taken in. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 36, Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they got themselves a first down. They go play action here on first down. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Breeze. And he finds Montgomery complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Ty Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. From the gun, it's Breeze. And this will be caught. So the try for 2, good. And it pushes them out to a 15-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Rivers has been through this many times as he'll hustle his guys to the line. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge. Rivers now.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
To throw again on second down. Breeze nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now Breeze. He is going to find Hill here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Ready. Yellow lady. Check line 54. Line 54.
Breeze to throw again. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Breeze now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check. 56.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Rivers to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good...
The offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From just shy of midfield, Breeze. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's... Incomplete. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
Is under review.
Well, he challenged the play and did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Dumps this one off to Mack. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
390.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. On 3rd down, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarvis Jenkins drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. So you can drive the bus here again on this drive. A good pickup there at 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Matt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Terrell Suggs in on the tackle. Throwing on second down. Brees. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Now this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Brees toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time defensively. Nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
56, Mike, 56. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 56.
Now Brees on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. David Njoku hitting double. Digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Now Brees will bring his guys to the line to go for 2.
Here we go, here we go.
Again, they'll throw with Brees. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. The fades are... tough because you need a perfectly placed pass. They got one there.
That they did. Now, I used to have a former partner I worked with who hated the fade pass. Where do you stand on it?
I do not like it because you're going into a corner. You don't have any room. What do you think? You're the analyst.
I love it when they complete it. Then it's a heck of a
yeah, well, that's not very gutsy.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Rivers on first down. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Third and short yardage, Rivers. He's got his man, it's Andrews. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Michael Gallup. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Now here's Rivers. He'll bring his guys up, and they'll go for the 2-point conversion. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
On first down, it's Mack. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Bravo!
Brings up 2nd and 5.
56, check 56. Here we go.
Breeze going to throw here. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Cut. 0-2.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Breeze now. This is caught. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4. Down to bring up 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Ted Ginn. His 4th touchdown on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Now Breeze will bring his guys to the line to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Mack. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
Rivers to throw it. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Throwing, Rivers. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. On 3rd down, Rivers. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now it's Ginn. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participates.
multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural, but I
like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for